Hey, it's Tom Fresh Vintage here. We have a 2016 Honda HR-V, and this is obviously a newer car, but it's just old enough that it actually doesn't have Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. So today we're going to install a Boss Elite stereo unit. This is a new head unit, double DIN unit, and with that it has Bluetooth, Apple CarPlay, and Android Auto. So let's go ahead and get this installed right now. There we go. Ta-da. Okay. So this little tab has to go this way, and then that allows you to do this. And it comes right out. There we go. So we have our wiring harness built here. It's always a good idea to do this before you start actually putting this in the car. And then from here, we just have to do these two wires and actually hook them into the factory wiring harness. So we're going to get ready to do that right now. So this is an Access steering wheel control kit, and it's universal. This is a 2015, 2016 CR-V or HR-V, if I remember correctly. And this is parts for the HR-V that we actually don't need. So we got that zip tied down. And from here, we're going to work on wiring these two specific wires into the actual factory wiring harness here. Okay, here. These two plugs here, wires here. That actually, we're going to have to get into the harness here because there's no connectors on this side of the harness. All right. So we're using pin 22 and then pin 23 for this HR-V, and with that the gray-red crosses over to the pink here, and then the same thing with the gray-blue that actually crosses over to the white. So we're going to go ahead and cut those now and then splice them into the harness. Yeah, okay. There we go, that's good. Yeah, leave some room. Need to put more comedy into our channel here, so I'm going to say a joke. Let's see what your reaction is. Why did the pirate like the movie so much?
Why?
So it was rated R.
Arr.
See what happens with that. Okay, so on this episode of Things Doesn't Always Work Like You Think It Should, we have our Metra bracket here, and at this point we have our radio, and our width here is honestly too wide, so we popped this apart to, finagle this through here, and with that we can't actually get the plastic to line back up because it's hitting the bracket here. So we're actually going to cut this bracket. We're going to mark it and trim it so that this actual plastic face part will slide back in and we can actually put the screws back in here. All right, so we have our Metra dash kit put together, and after some customization, aka trimming, right there and there, because this wouldn't fit in otherwise, we were able to slide this in here. So the long awaited moment here, we're working on finagling this back in here. Hey, look at that. Alright, so we're putting the screws in for the bracket to the radio itself, and we also have the little cubby hole screws here. Alright, so we have our stereo installed, and we're working on the wiring now. This is for the steering wheel controls. This is that Axis universal kit, and then we have the wiring main harness plugged in here, and interestingly we have a second one back here. It doesn't look like it plugs into anything here, so we're going to turn the HRV on now and actually see, just a first test here. Okay, turn it on like one click here. There we go. Boss Elite, very nice. Tuner in the corner. That's good. So after some testing, we found that this wire, which actually goes to this adapter that we bought from Crutchfield, and that actually goes into the car. Sorry, it goes from the car to the back of the stereo, and that actually allows you to use the factory USB, and after testing everything works. So we have CarPlay playing on this. Alright, there's our wiring, our spaghetti so to speak, and we're going to go ahead and slowly work this in to the dash right now. We're going to give this a try here. I think it might. There we go. Ta-da! CarPlay up there. There we go. So to wrap things up, we have our Boss Elite radio here. Great little unit, nice touch that you can move it around the cabin so everyone inside the car can see as needed. We have our backup camera up and running here, Bluetooth's working, steering wheel controls are working, and we have our Apple CarPlay as well. Overall, this is a great unit, definitely recommend it. Thanks for watching.